Trump came here, back with another video coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com off of Love Can't Wait, which you can find at Amazon.com. And today I'm back with some weekly wisdom. I'm going to talk about online dating. And I found a article on a website that this lovely Indian woman, if I have to say that, she lives in New York City. She purchased a product from someone and she did everything the guy said to do within the product, but she's not seen any results. And I'm going to read a little bit of it. Her name is, Even. She said, I read what I purchased from you faithfully and followed everything you said. I am a 36-year-old East Indian woman living in New York City. I would say that less than 10% of the people I write to write back to me. No one is really writing to me. I did everything you said. And she's not seen any results. And then she went on to say that this is incredibly frustrating, especially after I checked your blog and saw that in a question you asked about response rate. All these women said that they got at least 50 to 60% response rate. I write to all kinds of men who are both younger and older, of all races, single and divorced, etc., etc. And I've been very, very careful to use all of your tips, and I read your blog faithfully. Why can't I even get a response? I feel like I'm the one outlier who can't make your tips work for me. That's my feedback. It's not working for me. Is it because I'm Indian? Is it because I'm 36? Is it because I'm in New York City? If you can help, I'd appreciate it. Melly. Yeah, I think that's Melly. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But she's a very attractive woman, and she made the mistake that a lot of people make when they come online. And, a wise man once told me that a tool is only good as the user. And she made a common mistake that a lot of women make. Now, she was on, number one, she was on the wrong site, in my opinion. She was on OkCupid, right? If you know anything about OkCupid is mostly Caucasians, right? And, she's in New York City. She's 36 years old. And, it's very competitive online. And we have to be honest. If you're a non-white person, and if you're trying to meet people online, the odds is already stacked against you. Now, being that she's East Indian, I can assume, I'm going to assume that she wants to meet a white guy, especially living in New York City, because most East Indian women want to meet white guys. That's especially if they're online, because there aren't a lot of East Indian guys online. So I'm going to have to assume that she's looking for white guys, right? Plus, she's 36. Now, age doesn't matter, and nationality matters too, because a lot of guys want kids. And how many 36-year-olds is willing to have a kid within the next year or 2 or 4 years? Not very many, right? Especially living in New York City. Because maybe she's a career woman. Maybe she's, put a lot of time and effort and, maybe she put her career first. I don't know. She didn't say anything about that. But what I can say is Caucasians dominate OkCupid. On OkCupid is mostly whites. So you have to, she has to compete against the white women on there. And if she's not getting a lot of response, I have to assume that the white guys on there just don't want to meet her. They're not interested in her, right? And that's a mistake that a lot of women make. A lot of women want the guys that don't want them. And that's a mistake that a lot of women make. Because a lot of women don't really know their worth. They don't really know who they are. And they don't really want to be themselves. Especially non-white women that maybe she came from India and moved here. I'm not sure. But I know just being around a lot of East Indian women and being around a lot of non-white people, most of us don't want to be who we are. And that has a lot to do with it. So, and a lot of women want what they see. So a lot of women won't take the guy that wants to rock with them. They want what they see. And the guys that want to be with them, they'll blow him off, right? And that's a mistake that a lot of women make. She wants to be, more than likely, want to be with the guys that don't want to be with her. And now she's mad because the product she bought from this guy didn't work. And 9 times out of 10, the product that she bought from this white guy, he didn't create it for her. So see, that's the second mistake she made. First mistake she made is she wants to be with the guys that don't want to be with her. That's the first mistake. And number 2, she bought a product from a guy, and the guy's product isn't made for her, isn't catered for her. She's not his target market. He made the product for mainly white women. That's the second mistake she made. And a lot of non-white people get caught up in this because we assume when white people write books and create products online, we assume that they're talking for us too. They want to include us. We want to be included in what they do all the time. But here's the deal. Everything is not for everybody. All shoes don't fit everybody. And that's the mistake that a lot of people make online, because online is very competitive. It's even more competitive than meeting people in person, in my opinion. Because when you're online, people are everywhere. And that's part of the problem right there. Because you have to be in the same environment with people that you want to meet. If you want to meet somebody. But when you're online, you really don't know who you're meeting. Because there's so many websites, and a lot of people on these websites, they're not really serious about meeting anybody. And that is another part of the problem. At least if you're offline meeting people, you can go into a certain environment. You can go to the club. You can go to an event. You can go to a meet and greet. And it's certain groups of people there. They're gonna be there for a certain reason. But if you're online, most people really don't have any idea of any of these sites. Like OkCupid, JDate, Plenty of Fish. But there's a lot of misconceptions about a lot of these sites. So that's why I wanted to talk about, if you're a non-white person, in my opinion, you're at a disadvantage. You have to be above an average communicator online. you have to, in my opinion, meeting people offline is much easier. And if you can't meet people, if you aren't good at meeting people offline, the chances of you meeting someone online is damn near impossible. But the problem is with a lot of non-white people, just like this lovely Indian woman, she made the mistake, like most women and most guys, they think that all products are created equally. They assume that when a lot of people create books and digital products, they think that their product is going to work for me too. And unfortunately, it just doesn't work out like that. And a lot of women, like I said, they want to be with the guys that don't want to be with them. But what they should do is rock with the guys that want to rock with them. But no, most women don't do that because they don't know their self-worth, and they don't really know who they are. And that, my friend, is a recipe for a disaster. So if you like what you heard and you want some help with online dating, click the link below this video and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, I'm out.